Welcome back to Vintage Masters, round 5 of the Eternal Weekend, held at Next Level Games Dandenong for the Queen's birthday weekend for their Eternal Masters. This is the first leg of their Eternal Masters weekend, the Vintage Masters. We have on our right Jake Sims all the way down from Canberra with his Canberra MTG crew. We can see on his map that he has an amazing looking Thought-Knots here, so we can assume he's on Eldrazi. And on your right, you have Brendan Watson, who is normally a legacy player. They're both normally legacy players on Blue-Red Delver, both unpowered decks. So this is going to be a really interesting matchup to watch. Brendan Watson all the way over from the western Melbourne suburbs in Werribee, from what I've read. We've got today with us Lee Holland, a.k.a. Ugg. We've got Stephen Mead, a.k.a. Thrun the Last Troll.
Howdy.
And we have Ben McCoy, a.k.a.
Big Mac.
Big Mac. Yeah, Big Mac today. Let's call him Big Mac.
Hello, hello.
And I am Sully, a.k.a. Thomas Sullivan.
A.k.a. Tezzeret the Seeker.
A.k.a. Tezzeret the Seeker, a.k.a. no more a.k.a.s. All right, so we've just started off. Looks like we have Jake's started pretty strong, throwing out a null rod, which feels really good.
Yeah, so
in Vintage.
Jake, I actually got to play against Jake in this last, I think, next round I play against him, and we're both playing Powerless Eldrazi. Should be mentioned there was 6 in total Powerless decks played in Vintage out of 42 players, so that was pretty cool. So very cool seeing the Powerless
opening with the Delver
versus Powerless in the stream. That's very cool.
No, you can't beat that. Turn 1 Delver. It's always a good sign.
Yeah, Null Rod doesn't really do much in this match.
Generally, it would in a Delver matchup.
No, I disagree.
I disagree with that as well.
You don't really play that much power. You don't really play many mocks. You might play 2 Moxes, Black Lotus.
You wouldn't even play Black.
Powerless is even worse. It's Powerless.
Would you play Lotus in your Delver list?
Yeah, I played Lotus in my Delver.
It was actually one of those cards that was going in and out for me. I prefer to play like the Null Rod.
Really preordained to the Delver to flip the Delver.
The Delver as well. That's very good.
So to be honest, I probably could have had a Lotus Petal instead of a Black Lotus in
100%.
100%.
Like, your mana curve is 3. You
Lightning
have
Bolt Delver
8,
on top?
That seems good.
I had 8 cards in there over CMC 3, and that was Gush and Force of Will, of course, which I'm not actually paying any mana before Gush was restricted.
Yeah.
They're your free spells anyway, so...
Yeah.
I mean, if you're running Dark Confidant, but none of us would anymore.
Drawing the Scalding Tarn off the preordained. Beating in for 3.
So, I'm looking at Jake's list. He went down a slightly different road to myself. He was hinging very much on the Null Rod plan and really attacking the mana bases, it looks like, because he has 2 Crucible of the Worlds, and then he's got 3 Dismembers, 3 Warping Whales, which I did not find very good in Vintage. Great in Legacy with lots of Death Row Shamans and things floating around, but I found it very underwhelming, and I ended up cutting them all for my Vintage deck.
They'll probably be really good in this match.
In this match, I would imagine. I don't imagine you see many Delvers and things, but I had 4 Mental Missteps in my sideboard.
Yeah, which stops that as well.
Which is just so good.
So Ponder's just occurred and he's gone for the shuffle. He probably didn't...
Wow, that ever happens in Vintage. Anyway.
I always do it. I always see triple lands and just don't want to see them. And I'm drawing the 4th land off the top.
So there's no Eldrazi here.
Just knowing my luck.
For the Smasher.
Reality Smasher.
Yep, that's the card.
It's just going to put a lot of pressure on.
Uncounterable. That may help him with the race against the Delver. Yes, it does help him very much. But we know that Brendan has a Lightning Bolt in hand.
Yeah, so Lightning Bolt will just swing this open.
He could actually block the Reality Smasher, Lightning Bolt it, and discard a card.
That just feels so
bad. That he could do that. It's something he could do it.
Yeah, 3 for 1. Would you do a 3 for 1 though?
Maybe.
I would be doing the maths right now, which looks like Brendan's doing.
It depends how much.
Win the race.
It depends how much
position
card
the race is won by the Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt, that's right. So
Yeah.
next turn at 6, and take again. And we're done 2, 3. Yeah, so
That Ancient Tomb's putting
he's just winning the race at the moment.
that Ancient Tomb's putting in a lot of work in the favour of Brendan as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. In fact, even reality, if he top decks a Reality Smash, it still doesn't win in the game because he goes down to 6 and loses
Ooh,
to.
Wasteland on the eye.
100% agree with that play.
100%.
100%.
Oh, hell yeah. Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, it's unfortunately that turn 1 Null Rod probably not what Jake wanted in this particular match. It's so good in Vintage. When you come up against anyone playing Black Lotus and Moxon and the rest of it. Something I should say, it doesn't look like Jake's playing Thorn of Amethyst in his deck.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's gone more on the aggression side of things with this deck build, which I'm slightly leaning towards these days. In Legacy and in Vintage. Because Shops just does the Shops version just better.
I just think Noah just does too much work against the Shops decks.
Yeah, 100%.
And Thorn of Amethyst as well. They're just so good against blue decks.
So we know at this moment that Brendan has lethal on board.
Yeah, very much he does.
Yeah, I think he's figured it out too.
Yep.
Do bless do is 4.
So attacking for 5.
That'd be a Warping Whale out of nowhere.
Warping Whale. This is going to not be good
Good
for Jake.
He's going to think it's good because he's removing a threat, but it's still the same clock.
But it's
he
the
loses
same
that
clock.
too.
Yeah.
He's going to
Whoa.
Flusterstorm it.
Oh.
That's...
Beat you in
He should be getting a token as well from that.
He should have a token from that. And
he doesn't.
It
just
doesn't
the
matter.
bolt.
It didn't matter.
Alright.
So sideboarding.
Alright, so for Brendan, we've got 2 True Nemesis, 4 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Sulphur Elemental, 4 Ravenous Traps, and 4 Ingot Chewers.
I would probably bring in my true names.
That's about it. And you'd either take out Sulphur Elemental or... no, probably the Sulphur Elementals he's got in the main deck. He's got Harsh Mentors, which is really spicy.
Yeah.
Like, very cool. But how relevant are they against the Eldrazi?
Not very. Unless he's not playing no man lands.
They could be arguments for taking out the Flusterstorms, but we saw an excellent reason why to keep them in.
That's true. And he's playing. Jake is playing 3 Dismembers in his main deck. So that's something.
Wow.
to
True.
look at too.
Yeah, so if we look at Jake's list, he's got 4 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Pithing Needle, 1 Force Field, lent by yours truly, 4 Leyline of Sanctities, and 4 Leyline of the Voids. What do we think could be good in this?
Sanctity, you would board something in because the null rods are useless.
Yeah, they're just dead.
I reckon Force Field comes in.
100%, because Force Field stops True Name Nemesis.
It does not stop True Name Nemesis, thank
Yes,
you.
it does.
Oh, what's the wording of it?
It does not target. So Force Field says an unblocked creature deals 1 damage instead of everything. So it can actually make True Name only do 1 damage.
It takes out the Delvers though, so that's where I would definitely bring it in this, and maybe Leyline of Sanctity might come in.
How
Oh, it's
does,
of your choice as well, so I was thinking target, so.
how does Leyline of Sanctity work with True Name Nemesis?
Not target.
Oh. So does that mean True Name Nemesis can't have
believe that
protection?
Might be correct.
It's enter the battlefield, choose a player. So choosing gets around targeting, so.
100%, yeah, that makes sense.
It's not choose target opponent.
No, choose an opponent. Choose a player, sorry.
Okay, there we go.
Choose a player.
Well, that doesn't help, but it does help for lightning bolts.
Sure does.
Look, I don't think Jake's in a very good spot here. I don't think the matchup is very good for him. I think if it was mental missteps and maybe some fast mana in his sideboard, which is how I went down the line with Eldrazi, he'd be in a better spot.
I still think Eldrazi is not a bad position. I mean, it's got big dudes that just stomp all over Delver.
Not Seer.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Thought Not See is great reality smasher. You know, if he gets a turn 3 reality smasher, and there's not any threats on the other side of the board. It's really bad. Even if it's a Delver.
You would probably like to see a Mimic. Eldrazi Mimic's one of those cards on face value doesn't look so great. Wow, it puts a clock on.
Yeah.
So if we look at
Virtual of the Eldrazi deck.
Brendan's hand, he's got a dig through time, force of will, and then he puts it away.
I saw a lightning bolt in there as
There
well.
was a lightning bolt.
I'm guessing there was like, at least a land or two. I
He's
think
kept it, so I'd imagine there's a couple of lands in there.
the Flooded Strand, I think.
So what do we reckon?
The Eldrazi deck does not like to mulligan.
But it mulligans pretty well. It can still win a game off 3 cards. It's amazing
Yeah, this is true.
how resilient the deck can be, even though it has extremely no card draw besides your Endbringers.
Yeah, Endbringer is good. Not in. Oh, Endbringer is true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking Matter Reshaper as well. There is.
Yeah.
Oh, mulligan to 5 is not good. Maybe we should talk about how the rest of our weekends went. Steve, how did you go this weekend?
Alright, so in the vintage tournament, I did absolutely horrible.
Except for in the vintage tournament.
I took hate bears, and I had some really insanely good games against all my opponents, but I just couldn't get the game 3 win, unfortunately, in any of my matches.
Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard.
No, I was one of the we could say the fairest decks in the room,
So
but that'd be a weird thing to say.
force, lightning bolt, land in his hand.
Jake's about to keep a 5-carder and scry, we hope. Yeah, look, I found there was I think 4 Eldrazi decks in the room.
Yeah, there
oh
was.
no, there must have been at least 5. I did see at least 2 other uncut Powerless Eldrazi and at least 2 Powered Eldrazi decks.
Oh, he does not like that 5.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good.
Does Eldrazi mulligan to 4 well?
It can. It can get an eye.
It will end up losing to Force of Will. Though.
It will. That's the
Yeah,
only
that's
problem.
true. Unless you go like eye into mimic, provided you want to commit that many resources.
I guess if you had in a perfect world, you're going to 4 cards. Mimic, Cavern of Souls, Matter Reshaper.
Yeah.
It's probably the
Would
best 4.
be a really good 4 to have.
But you're still walking. Like if you go the eye, if you keep that and you walk into eye, so you play eye, go into mimic, it's gonna get.
Is he just going to 3?
Yeah, he's going
Wow.
3. This is... What is he searching for? Is he searching for a Leyline of Sanctity, maybe?
No, he's searching for his Bizarre Baghdad.
Bizarre
He's not on dredge, by the way. That's not in his list.
Bizarre would be an interesting card to play
We
in
haven't had any
Eldrazi.
dredge on the stream, have we?
No.
No, we didn't get any dredge players on stream.
I skipped that at least.
Kept 3. It looks like an iron.
There were
It's an Ira Cavern. I'm not sure. That was a strip mine.
Strip mine.
It's a lovely artistry.
Just drew a Gataxian probe from Brendan. So he's got bolt.
Oh, double Force too.
Yeah, double force with backup. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Ponder as well.
Yeah.
Was that Young Pyromancer and 2 lands?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure was.
That is rough for Jake. And I wouldn't want to be stripping here. Oh,
Bit of wasteland.
Wasteland's 50-50.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he's got another soul land in hand or something, I wouldn't have done that. But maybe he doesn't have any 2-cost spells either. Oh, he did have a soul land in hand. So.
Yeah, he had the eye. The
Temple.
Eldrazi Temple. And that was in his opening hand.
I think he just goes into the Young Pyromancer this turn. He goes get taxed and probably nets himself for free to.
Interesting. It was an interesting choice to wasteland there because if he has a Thought Knot Seer, potentially casting one. We know it's not going to resolve, but yeah, I prefer to be seeing Thought Knot Seer, no 2 lands. Yuck.
What's
Yeah,
that land
it's-
behind? That's a.
That land is...
Is that Corrupted Crossroads?
Yeah, Corrupted Crossroads. So
okay.
the wording on Corrupted Crossroads is, if it comes up fast enough, it is a add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, or you can pay 1 life to add 1 mana of any colour, but you can only spend it to cast Devoid spells.
What devoid spells does he
So he plays Worldbreaker, would be his coloured spell.
That's a spicy card.
So
That's actually pretty cool tech.
Worldbreaker is pretty
always-
amazing.
I always wanted to get it into an Eldrazi deck. I just
Well,
haven't been able to find myself to do it.
for a while there, Worldbreaker was
Oh,
What was that card that he just played?
that was a Hush Mentor.
What does Hush Mentor read, guys?
I'll grab it up for you.
But yeah, so Worldbreaker saw a bit of play in red-green Urzas in Modern, so it was quite devastating if you can get it out early, so I imagine it would be very similar.
Alright, so Harsh Mentor is a 2 cost, 1 and 1 red. He's a 2/2 with the following line of text. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player.
That's a powerful card. And what set was that from?
That was from the most recent set, Amon Cat.
Amonkhet.
Amon Cat card seeing played in Vintage.
2/2.
2/2.
Yeah.
So he's attacking for
I
5
think those
there.
things I expect them all to be 2/1s.
Or even these days 2/3s.
Apparently.
2/2 is the new 2/3. I mean 2/3 is the new 2/2.
See, if Kataki was non-legendary, would that seem bad to any of you guys?
Oh, want to buy 4 copies off, please? I'll slam that aim any day.
Sudden
Sudden shot, is
shot.
that to the
Sun
face?
shock to the
Up to the
face.
face.
No responding.
Yeah.
So we have 6 on the table.
Damage.
I think there's a lightning bolt in hand as well.
Sorry, I think it was in
It's
his.
almost game over.
Is that
It's another
another
harsh mentor.
Harsh
in hand,
Mentor in hand?
But
This is not looking good for...
looking
man.
down the
Hey.
Oh, I just, he did board
So
me
I did
by
board
myself.
I'm in all fairness, I'm really glad to see Delver getting up. I have the softest heart for Delver players,
And
being one of course.
for an unpowered Delver.
And it should be said that this was the first winning in. So the winner of this match could ID their last match to get into top 8. So
Yeah, I believe
congratulations
so.
to Brendan to this drawn into top 8.
Yeah, I think he will be.
This put you in the 4 and 1 bracket.
When I saw this deck and found out it was unpowered, I didn't realise that both these players were playing unpowered, which was a nice surprise for me. But when I found out it was you are Delver unpowered, the first person I thought of was you are. And I was surprised that you didn't come. Obviously you're away, but to play this exact list.
well, my list wouldn't have had. I apologise if you. My list wouldn't have had the harsh mentors in there,
Yeah.
and probably would have run one less young pyromancer because Delver was so critical that the sideboarding would be quite different as well. With I wouldn't have True Name Nemesis in the side.
Yep.
And I'd do the whole spreading of my Dredge Hate. 4 Ravenous Traps is very specific. So
It's also good against the Golden Gun variants of Oath.
yeah, it can definitely help because you can remove that Dragon's Breath at the same time. But with 4 Grafdigger's Cage and 4 Ravenous Traps, that's possibly too much.
Possibly there was lots of dredge floating around in the field. There's at least 4 decks, I believe. Where it's interesting to see how Delver has developed over
Yeah, and
past all time, especially with the sort of inverted comments here.
Anyway, that was the end of round 5 of Vintage Masters. We'll see you in round 6.